It all sounds very promising. Almost 2 weeks since George Floyd was killed after a Minneapolis police officer spent nearly 9 minutes pinning him to the ground by his neck, police forces around the country are vowing reform.
I really believe for the first time in our history, we have an opportunity to really make change like we've never made it before. George Floyd's death has really touched a nerve like we have not seen.
Several police departments, including Minneapolis, have banned police from using chokeholds. California will stop teaching its state police the technique.
Across this country, we train techniques on strangleholds that put people's lives at risk. Now, we can argue that these are used as exceptions, but at the end of the day, a carotid hold that literally is designed to stop people's blood from flowing into their brain, that has no place any longer in 21st century practices in policing.
The problem is many of the most notorious cases of police misconduct over the last several years, including the death of George Floyd, have occurred in departments that, on paper at least, had already reformed. New York banned chokeholds in 1993, yet police there continue to use them, notably during the killing of Eric Garner in 2014. After that outcry, New York police spent $35 million on retraining officers not to strangle suspects. But police complaint records show the practice still being employed, with few officers disciplined. And in fact, Minneapolis police reformed in 2016. Among the new rules, a requirement for officers to intervene if their colleagues used excessive force. Yet 3 officers now stand accused of aiding and abetting George Floyd's murder. The sight of police officers taking a knee in sympathy with protesters this week has been taken as a sign that finally change is coming. This was the scene in Buffalo, New York on Wednesday. Yet one of those same officers knocked over an elderly protester the following day as others who had also knelt with protesters walked by. Now, 57 Buffalo police officers have resigned because of the disciplinary action taken against 2 officers as a result of the incident. They argue those officers who've been suspended were just doing their job. And that question, what exactly is the job of a police officer, might be a good place to start if police violence is truly to be addressed. Shihab, Rattansi, Al Jazeera.